Hi, welcome into the Flippin Hippos reseller channel. It's Thursday night, so I'm live here with friend singular this time. We had some other folks cancel, but something came up, so they couldn't be with us tonight. So it is just Karen and I who will be here all night, or about an hour and a half, whichever comes first, to answer all of your burning reseller questions. You have just the two of us, so you can get some pretty in-depth responses tonight and thought processes. We're going to make Karen go first. And she's in the hot seat.
I don't want to be in the hot seat. Cool it off.
So if you have any questions at all that you want to ask either one of us specifically or in general, ask away. And don't forget, in 3 days, the shipping does go up by 8%. So you might want to ask us what we're doing with that ordeal. Or you might want to ask Karen about her bracelets she bought today, because they're pretty awesome.
They're really neat.
If you have any questions at all.
I was in the post office today, and they had a big sign about the postage or about the shipping going up 8%. And that's really pretty hefty. It's really, really hefty.
It is hefty. And what bothers me the most is it's supposed to be a temporary hike to cover the cost of rising gas. A temporary hike does not go from April of this year through January of next year.
Well, then you're wondering, are they going to up it again for like they usually do for the holidays?
Oh, they will.
Yeah,
they will.
So,
but I don't understand the temporary being 9 months. Like, you do it for a month, or you do it month to month on a monthly basis to see what's going on. You don't
it's just a grab because they're losing so much money that I think they're just kind of blaming it on that. It was a convenient blame, but they want this just to get revenue, in my opinion. Hey, Christopher, hello.
So Christopher is scheduled to come on the channel in May. Hold, please. The 14th of May, and you'll be on that night as well, Karen. So
okay,
that's. Oh, by the way, Karen, would you like to introduce yourself to people who maybe haven't seen you on here before?
Sure. My name is Karen. I go by the name Avonridge. I've been selling for quite a long time, and actually, eBay was my very, very first platform that I started to sell on. I was really big into Disney things at the time when I first started reselling. And I had a friend, and she was like off the charts with Disney. And she convinced me to go with her down to Florida for Walt Disney World Christmas ornament show or something. I don't know. And we ended up going for like 3 years in a row. And we would buy all these limited edition things from the artists down there, and we would flip them on eBay. And we had a great time, had a great vacation, and bought like you just can't believe the stuff that we bought. And that's how I started my eBay journey, was selling Disney limited edition collectibles from the Christmas ornament shows, because I had been a very big Radco glass ornament collector, and I still have a lot of Radco ornaments, and I will still buy them if they are fairly priced, but I am starting to liquidate those. Besides eBay, I do go on eBay Live now. I sell there, and I do Poshmark, and I sell on some of the big platforms like Amazon and Walmart, but I've really pulled back on those. Really pulled back. And I was talking to Star this past weekend, and I was telling her, just like, got to find another gig on how to do things. So I'm kind of liquidating some of my inventory. And if you guys don't know this, because I didn't know this, I had some brand new with tags, children's swimsuits that I was selling on one of the big platforms. And I went and tried to do a Whatnot show, because I am also on Whatnot, and really nobody bought them. So a friend in our 10th and Main group, she suggested that I try Once Upon a Child. It's a children's resale shop. And it's like, I was texting Star. I was so excited. I went there and they gave me $83 for them. They were all brand new with tags. Great experience. Dropped them off. Hour later, had a check for $83 and walked out the door. So I was super stoked because I still have a ton of kids' items that I need to liquidate. So I'm going to pull them all together, and they're all brand new with tags because I was selling them on the big platforms. And they started asking for all kinds of certifications. And if you do stuff, you have to provide so much documentation on things. It's just like, I'm not that big of a seller to go and buy like 100 or 1,000 of an item. So it's just like, I'm just going to liquidate it because they just blocked the sale of all that stuff. I'm just going to liquidate it. So that's my story, how I got started and some of the platforms that I'm on and how I'm liquidating some of the things that I sold on the big platforms.
Well, I'm sure everyone here knows who I am, but if you don't, I sell on 6 platforms.
The Vinted might sell Vinted. Okay.
I really don't like Vinted.
No.
We can talk about that in a minute once I get
Let's talk about it because I heard the name before, but I don't know much about it. Do you sell on there, Christopher?
So I'm Star. This is my channel. I resell. I built a business with my boyfriend. He didn't like it anymore. He's now an accountant. That's my life in a nutshell. I built the business. We built the business mostly on jeans and plush. That used to be my 2 biggest niches. And he did a lot of electronics and comics. And nowadays, I actually do a lot of jewelry. I'm clearing out and liquidating my plush and focusing more on jewelry and plus-sized women's tops more than jeans. But I'll sell anything that's legal. No more clothing, household knickknacks. So Vinted is not very reseller friendly. They don't want big sellers, big business on their platform. And so if you list too much too fast, they'll suspend you. They're if you look at their ads, which their HBO app, I watch a lot of true crime on there during the daytime. Their commercials that they run for Vinted really are geared towards just like a normal person that doesn't want their clothes anymore, cleans out their closet. And I know a lot of people that got suspended, and I'm talking like 5 listings a day was too much.
Oh my goodness.
They are not reseller friendly at all.
So they just want somebody that's just going to sell a couple things a week, maybe.
Yeah, they just want like regular people selling their own stuff, which I think is a blind spot for them. Like, if you look at the platforms that are reseller friendly and all the fees and all the promoted listings and all the things you can charge, you can do a lot. But I guess if you want like a more cozy, intimate site, maybe you don't want resellers.
Interesting. Is it just clothes, or can you sell other things on there?
I have no idea. I'm going to look it up. Vinted, sell your clothes. Ready to declutter your closet? That's the first thing it says. I mean, you could list stuff on there, but I would be very, very careful.
Yeah, if I would have tried to list all those brand new with tags and all those different sizes, I would have probably gotten suspended right away.
They have 0 fees. That's probably a big part of the reason, guys, that they're not reseller friendly. It says right here. You guys want to look at what I'm looking at? That might help. Come on screen. Entire screen. Okay. Here we go. Sell your clothes with 0 fees. Selling is simple. Ship with ease. Buyers pay for shipping. You get a prepaid label. And there are no selling fees. You keep 100% of what you earn. And I guarantee you that is exactly why they're not reseller friendly. Hi, Mary. Welcome in.
Oh, in the UK, they were selling Hot Wheels on the vintage side. That's interesting.
There's hobby and collectibles. Oh, look. Okay. You can sell women. This is the clothing, shoes, bags, accessories, men, designer, kids, home. That's a lot of topics under home. A lot of things there. And electronics, entertainment,
interesting.
hobbies, collectibles, and sports.
Interesting.
And there's 0 fees, but I guarantee, I know I've already said it, but I mean, they're not going to want someone like me coming in and putting my 6,000 listings on there and not paying any fees, right?
Interesting. I will take a look at it and just see.
Maybe just move a couple things. You use List Perfectly to cross post.
Yeah.
Vinted's one of their platforms.
That's the new one that they put on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it is on offer with List Perfectly.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a look at it.
Maybe I'll just move like one thing a day and see what happens. Does anyone in the chat sell on Vinted? And do you have any experience to share with us? And that's a good question. Let's see if there's... Let's act like I'm shopping. Yeah, it looks like they're paying for buyer protection. So they're getting their fees. I acted like I was shopping. And this is an $8 top. Your total's $9.10. And then I clicked on includes buyer protection here. It's $1.10 for a refund policy, secure transactions. So yeah, it's like Depop, where they're charging the buyer and not the seller.
Okay. And so what did List Perfectly have to say about them? Were they hot on them that she added them?
I haven't really heard a lot. I know it was one of the most requested platforms for them to add.
Oh, interesting.
And I mean, they do listen to their users. Yeah, it's here. It's beta. That is curious, though. Everyone knows they're not reseller friendly and they don't want big businesses. And List Perfectly is like all resellers, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, hi, Kelly. Welcome in. I don't know. It'd be worth looking into, but I don't want to get on somewhere and then get suspended. Hi, Miss Kelly. Not the Artful Journey Kelly, the Miss Kelly from Florida. Hello.
We have all kinds of Kellys in the house tonight.
So Karen, have you decided what you're doing with it's in 3 days now, the 8%? What are you going to do?
Well, I always charge my customers postage. So I'm making the assumption, since most of my things are being sold right now on Poshmark and on eBay, that they will adjust the fees accordingly and will include the 8% in their postage.
So you do calculate it?
Yes. Wait a minute. I get confused. I make them pay whatever it is. If it's $6 shipping and eBay charges you $5, they're going to pay the $6. I do not discount it to whatever the eBay discount is. They pay whatever the retail rate is on it.
So that's calculated. Flat rate is when you say everything under 4 ounces is this much.
No, I don't do that. I do all calculated.
So yours is just going to automatically charge. Now,
It's
I do flat
automatically
rate.
going to charge it. Yeah.
And I would like to share with you just something that Trish and eBay Open has it was said at eBay Open, and eBay executives say this, and Trish has talked about it in List Perfectly. If you do the calculated shipping, your items are not showing up in Google search. The reason being is, say like I go on Google and I search for a Harley Quinn comic book, the Google Images wants to show you the total price. So if you have flat rate shipping on eBay, they can clearly tell you the comic is $7, shipping is $3, your total is 10. If you have calculated, just the Google image can't pull up that total price because you can't show that total price until you're on eBay. So when the Google bots scour eBay to pull listings to put in the Google searches, if you have calculated listing on, you're not being included in that. I don't know if that's important to you.
I don't know, but do you know how much of your sales come from Google into eBay?
Is there a way?
Is there a way to tell that?
Hey, Google, is there a way to tell on eBay how many of my sales or traffic is coming from Google searches?
Yes, you can track this through the traffic section in the Performance tab of the Seller Hub. How to view external traffic.
Okay, I'm going to pull it up and then I'll show
All right,
you.
let's see. Yeah. Because, I mean, if there's a substantial amount coming from there, then it's like, okay, we'll rethink that.
Yeah, I do the flat rate shipping, but I didn't know there was a way to look at this. I guess it just never occurred to me to look at this, right? Okay, performance, traffic, page views, metrics. Hold, please. I'm trying, guys. I don't see the page view metrics. I'm really not seeing where it's telling me to go. Performance, traffic, impressions, listing views, quality sold, click-through, sales conversions. Oh, here we go. How buyers found your listings. I don't know if I didn't promote offsite. That says promoted.
Yeah, because they do want you to promote on Google.
I think I can show you what I'm looking at. Over here on the right, how buyers found your listings. I think this is only going to tell you if you actually paid to promote offsite. It says promoted offsite impressions off eBay. I think that's only going to show you promoted. See? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know that there is a way.
I don't know. If you
Wait,
you should ask
listing.
you should ask Trish or whoever mentioned that and list perfectly.
Here's one that got one off site. It's this column here. Oops. Yeah, I should ask her. That's only going to show if you're, and I don't pay to promote off of eBay.
I don't either.
But, oh, there's a place on the app. I've always thought it doesn't hurt to be in as many places as possible. I put 2 or 3 listings every day on Pinterest just because Pinterest is so widely searched and it has a special relationship with Google.
Do you have to enter your birthday on Pinterest?
I don't think so.
They keep on asking me for my birthday on Pinterest. And I'm just like, I'm not entered it.
Yeah, that external impressions, though, looked like it was just if you pay for promoted. I can't imagine that mine is at 0. Like organically. There's supposed to be a place on the app.
Let's go to selling.
I'm not seeing performance on the app. Oh, this show got real interesting real fast.
Yes, that's kind of like
Karen and I are just looking at our phones, but I want to see where to find this because it is important.
on the app. Christopher, where is it at on the app? Can you give us the breadcrumbs for it? If you know where it's at.
My eBay. Look, I'm under my eBay and I don't see performance. I only see performance on the desktop.
I'm not seeing it either. On app and scroll all the way down.
I don't see performance on the app, is what I'm saying.
All right, we're looking. No, that's not there. They hide things.
Like, okay, I go to my eBay and I have everything under the sun except for performance. Is it under settings, maybe?
That's what I was looking.
Sales or traffic? Under selling on the app. Apparently everybody in the world can find it but us.
Okay, there's selling tools. Under selling tools. There's performance research advertising.
Where do you see this?
Okay, go to the selling. Go to the little selling tag.
Yes.
Keep on scrolling all the way down.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Did you find
I
it?
would have had to have been a psychic with a crystal ball to find this. Okay, so
Traffic. And then if you go into performance, and then it says sales and traffic, and you hit the traffic button, views on eBay, promoted listings, promoted.
I found it.
There's or external. Organic.
I have 960 views in the last 30 days from organic traffic off of eBay.
I have 414. But
so
it doesn't have to be from Google, though. It could be elsewhere. It could be from Facebook or.
Yeah, it could be. And I put a lot of my stuff on Instagram and Facebook too. It wouldn't hurt, but it takes a lot to change your shipping over. So that shows you something, guys. 99.99999% of the time, I use eBay on my computer, and 0.100000 on my phone, because the only thing I know how to do on my app apparently is send out offers. But I found it. I got 960, but my organic is over 6,000. So, oh, let's just do today. Yeah, I had 67 today, today, 67, and just this week, 399.
External, I had 37, and in 7 days, I had 123.
I bet that was like pulling teeth, everybody watching us try to find it, huh?
We found it, though. You have 1,400 views. Good for you.
I never would have thought it would be all the way, yeah. Well, now I know where to find it.
All right.
Okay. So that was fun.
Yeah, we learned something new today.
We learned something new and how to find it, and I'm sure everybody was yelling at their screen. Scroll down, guys.
We found it.
Yeah. So I'm all on board with every little bit of external views you can get are good. So again, I I move 3 things to Instagram a day, not my Flippin Hippos reseller community, but I have a Hippo hut, like a seller Instagram. And I move a couple to Pinterest each day. And I have a Hippo hut Facebook as well. And I move something there each day. And then I do the flat rate shipping, hoping I'm seen on Google, because I feel like, it's like casting a bigger net. If you're only selling on one platform, you don't sell as much as if you're on many platforms. And then if you put your items on as many different social things as you can, you're going to be seen more and more likely to be picked up by Google bots. And Pinterest, you guys, I've talked about this on the channel before, but you should have a Pinterest that has the same name as your eBay store. And you should create boards for the different niches that you sell in and moving items over. Pinterest has a very, very special relationship with the Google algorithm, and it has preferential treatment. So if someone's looking for that Harley Quinn comic book on Google, the first thing they're going to see usually is those Pinterest pins. And Pinterest pins are evergreen. So if I put a swimsuit in my board for swimsuits today, 5 years from now, someone can find that and click on it and be taken to my store. It's evergreen, free advertisement on both Pinterest and Google because of that special relationship. And eBay has a very simple tool to help you move items to Pinterest. And I actually have a video on it, which I'll link in case you want to look at it, because I think it's super, 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 super important to be on Pinterest because everyone's on Pinterest. Google showcases Pinterest. And again, it's evergreen. It's forever. It's free advertisement for the rest of your forever. That's my Pinterest TED Talk. Thank you for coming.
All right. I have an interesting observation here too. When eBay changed and their policy on promoted listings, I pretty much shut down any new listings that I was doing and I did not promote them. I have seen sales go down a little bit on that aspect of the business. This past week, I said, okay, I listed some things for more money and I am promoting them. And I am up 40% on the views because of those promoted listings.
Oh, man. Jenny, are you in the chat?
Why?
This is exactly what we talked about at the eBay virtual meeting prior to this tonight.
Oh, really? Okay. And what was the consensus on that?
We were under the consensus that if you don't promote at all, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
Your sales will tank. But you can just do 2% just to be on the safe side.
And that's what I do. 2.1, 2.3.
Anything above that is not, you're not going to get more. But if you don't do it at all,
yeah,
it's going to hurt you.
And I did a little experiment, and I am promoting again. I'm definitely promoting again. And I had some people working with me when I went live about promoted listings, and they were looking at my metrics on it, and they said I did really good, really, with my promoted listings. So it's like, okay, I proved it to myself. So we're going back to promoted listings.
I did turn them off briefly, maybe a year ago. My sales tanked within 3 days.
Yeah.
And I turned them back on. I don't recommend anyone else doing it. You can just pretend that my research was your research.
Yeah.
So you don't have to tank your sales too. But back to the shipping thing. I do the flat rate. And I've been hemming and hawing and back and forth this entire time. And we're 3 days away. And I kind of can tell you guys, I will probably make a split second decision Saturday night. Because the 26th is actually Sunday. Whenever they do changes, they always make it come in on a Sunday. So you want to set it up Saturday or Sunday for Monday, right? I'll make a split second decision because I don't know. On the one hand, I don't want to eat all this extra shipping. I can't afford that. or I can't afford it, but I really can't, because anything that's taking away from your profits and your bottom line is something you can't afford. We need to be making as much money as we can. But if I raise everything, and you can't just raise it, let me give you this information too. You can't just raise your flat rate by 8%, because lest you forget, we pay fees to eBay on the total price.
Mm-hmm.
You pay fees on the shipping. You're going to have to raise them by about 10% so that you're covering the fees that you pay as well. And if I raise all my shipping 10%, and I have these big, astronomically higher shipping rates than other sellers, I could lose sales, which could cost me more than eating the shipping in the first place. So this is where I'm stuck. I'm either going to eat it and see what happens, or I'm just going to raise it 10% and see what happens, because either decision isn't stuck in stone. I can not raise it and realize I'm eating too much and then raise it. I could raise it and realize I'm losing too many sales and unraise it. Like I
got a question for you. When you charge, well, you do the fixed shipping, but if you were to do the other shipping, do you pass on the eBay discount to the seller, or do you just charge? No. Okay.
Because I pay fees.
Yeah.
I see it. I can't give you my discount because that discount is my fees.
Right.
If eBay didn't charge fees on shipping, maybe.
That's one thing I really don't like about eBay. Hi, Val, is the they charge you on the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
You know why they do, right?
Why?
Because back in the day they didn't, and so people that were dishonest would take $100 item and charge $1 for it with 99 shipping.
Oh yeah, I hate seeing that. Some people are still doing that today.
Yeah. So I didn't like suddenly drop my promoteds and then have my sales tank. I went 5, 4.5, 4, 3.5, 3, 2. I went slowly over time. From I was doing 5% at the time all the way down to 0, slowly over time. And when I didn't see a drop or a tank in my sales across that until I went to 0. So what that told me was having 0, not doing promoteds at all, you won't get as many sales. 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% is going to all be the same. That was the experiment that I did. So the thing with the flat rate, though, Christopher, do you like Chris or Christopher? Christopher's so formal. I use business practices to do that. So if I'm going to raise it, I got to raise it across the board. And then there's this. They're going to raise it for the holidays, right? We know that. And then after the holidays are over, that one will go away. This one will finally go away. This temporary, just because the gas prices are going up, temporarily 9-month raise. Can I tell you how salty I am about that? Holiday
nothing is ever temporary.
They'll take this one away and the holiday one away, and they'll do a 2027 hike anyway. So, Chris or Christopher. Yeah, people were cheating the system. They were charging very little for their item and then a whole bunch for shipping. Yeah, I might just do it. Like 10% really isn't that much when you think about it. I have my rates here. I'm just so afraid, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not. Like my advice I always give to people though is buyers are going to pay shipping, right? Other than Amazon Prime or things like that, when they come online, they're fully expecting to pay the shipping. And when they really want something, they're going to pay whatever it is if they want it. So, but see, then like my jeans, Valerie and I talked about this yesterday. we both charge $9.99 for our jeans right now. If you raise that 10%, it's over $10. And I'm sorry, but over $10 looks like so much more than $9.99. Like, that's a very valid point.
Psychological.
Yes. But raising my 1 to 4 ounce jewelry from $5.59 to like $6 isn't that big of a deal. They do. But if you're pricing, I'm answering without putting it up. If you're pricing your stuff correctly, it's all the same anyway. This is kind of lowering the value of our prices. If a pair of jeans is worth $20, it's 20 free ship, 12 8 ship, 10 ship. So if you're raising your 10 ship to 11 ship, then your jeans have to go down to $9. It's the same price. I mean, the all-in price is the all-in price. What an item is worth is what it's worth. If you're charging more for shipping, you may have to charge less for the item. Does that make sense? Christopher, I'm going to still call him that. Christopher Robin. $7 for 1 pound. See, I charge $9.99. No, nope, you're right. 2 pounds jeans is 2 pounds. I charge $9.99. So I have a lot of little stuff that's 1 to 4 and then the 5 to 8 ounces category. And I'm sure Karen does too, right?
I do.
Yeah. So like right now, I do $12 on my American Eagles with the 10 ship. It should technically be 8 ship because American Eagles are worth 20. But I do the 12, so I have room to run sales or take offers. And sometimes I'll pay the 12 and sometimes I get an offer of 10. So that makes them worth $20 to $22. If I start raising my shipping more and still charging 12 for those jeans, it's going to be too much money, I think. And exactly. $9.99, 10 and something. Like, it just hits different. And if people do sort by lowest, I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm not going to know what I'm going to do until Saturday night. It's going to be like Keith and I talk about this almost every day. If you don't know, we go for a walk every day. We walk for about an hour and 15 minutes. And we talk about a lot of things on our walk, but this has been one of the big topics for a while. Like, and he's in the same boat. He agrees with me. You don't know what to do. But I guess you could try both ways. One way, I don't know.
You can always change it too. So.
You can always change it.
Yeah.
It's not like you make a decision and you are stuck.
Right.
I don't want to waste money. That's my problem.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I have an Etsy question. Do you allow people to make offers on Etsy?
I do. Now ask the follow-up question.
Yes.
Do they send offers?
Do they?
They do not. They just buy it.
Really? But are you still offering a discount?
I am, and I can get you my metrics on that. So when they favorite an item, I send them a 25% off. And this month, 10 of those have been used. Now, when they abandon their cart, I send them a 25% off. And this month, 21 of 22. So all but one has been used. And the favorited, I sent 349 and only 10 were used.
Interesting. Okay. Because that's my newest platform, and Star encouraged me to get on there. I run, and I think I'm going to stop it. I run a 20% discount pretty much most of the time off of anything.
Oh, I do that too.
You do that plus the extra, or is it one or the other? It has to be one or the other, right?
Yeah, they have to pick one or the other, but when I didn't run sales, I didn't get sales. So now what I do is just price it up so I can have a 20% off sale all the time. So if it's a necklace that I want $20 for on eBay plus shipping, I figure that's around 25-ish. So I put it for 30. I always go 5 over on Etsy. My sale brings it down to 24. And then they'll usually buy it for 20 if they use one of their coupons. I think.
Okay.
I always end up making more over there, but I can tell you the abandoned cart coupon is the one that gets used the most.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to do some changes on there because I get sales, but not the way that I would like, not the degree that I think I should be getting them.
So do they send you offers?
No, I don't have it where they can.
Okay. They
Now,
don't.
Yeah, I get a lot of offers on eBay, and I accept most of the offers that I get on eBay.
So most, yeah, I'm looking at the stats here. I send a thank you to people who've bought from me. No one's used that. And only a couple use favorited, but that abandoned cart.
That's the one to do.
That's the one I get the most sales from.
Okay.
And I do free shipping, which is why I build all that extra cost in.
Oh, okay. I don't. I charge them for shipping.
Well, that's why, like I say, if it's 20 on eBay, I'm going to make it 25. So that's with shipping, and then add another 5.
Okay. Okay. So then you have to figure out on Etsy with all the shipping charges. You're going to have to look at that too.
I'll probably just add another $1. Honestly, because it's Etsy, people pay more over there. And if I put something up for 30 and it goes on sale for 24, if I put it up for 31 on my sale, it's going to be 25. Like, so it really won't make too much of it. I don't think, because Etsy people pay more.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
They don't haggle as much.
Now, you do a lot of plushies on Etsy, do you not?
Not a lot, but decent.
Okay.
The vintage ones, they usually sell overseas.
I'm curious from the audience because I just basically have jewelry listed on there. And I think we talked in one of our other shows a little bit about some other categories to sell on Etsy. And I do have some vintage sleepwear that I'm going to put on there. But I was just curious because they do everything. They do home goods, all of this. And I was curious if anybody had any luck in other categories. Because
let us know in the chat.
Yeah, I think that'd just be interesting just to expand your knowledge base a little bit. Kind of open your eyes to something that you might not be doing now.
Yeah, put it in the chat. I do okay with plush, pretty good. Women's clothing. I sold a scarf for $50 last night.
Yeah, that's what Star and I sell as jewelry on Etsy.
I put remotes and DVDs on there.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I sell a couple here and there. I think every platform I have one category I do best on.
Right.
But I put all the things in all the places because it's that, like I was talking about with going on Google and Pinterest. The bigger net that you throw out there, the more things you're going to catch.
Right.
And, you know, if you keep throwing stuff at the wall, eventually something's
going to stick. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And if you only list 10 items a day, every day on eBay, that's all you're ever going to get. Your horizons are never going to get bigger.
Yeah.
When you start listing on other platforms, when you start putting stuff on social media, when you start doing all the things, there's more opportunity for you to grow. You can't just be stagnant.
Yeah.
I don't think you need multiple streams of income.
When I go to the thrift store every Wednesday, there's a girl down there and she sells like home goods, like decorations and stuff. I am going to actually talk to her I don't know if she has a store, if she does it all online. But it's interesting to see some of the things that she puts in her basket, in her buggy. So I'm gonna talk to her a little more because we say hello and hey, did you see this? Did you see that? But I'm gonna ask her a couple questions because I'm wondering if she's moving it on Etsy or another platform.
Speaking of you going to the thrift store, do you have those bracelets right there?
I do.
Let's see them. I'm gonna make you big.
Look at these guys.
Look at those lion, whatever, panther faces.
Panther face bracelets.
Look at that.
They're really neat. All enameled. And they're bangle bracelets.
Oh, they're hinged bangle bracelets.
Hinged bangles,
Ooh.
yeah. That's
I
bracelet
love the
number
panther
1.
one.
Here's bracelet number 2, like a ram's head. Aren't they pretty?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're really nice.
And they sell for like $70, people.
70 to 80 bucks. And this one has a safety catch on it too.
Yeah, that's what I told her. First thing was, oh, that's got to go on Etsy.
Yeah, that's for Etsy, yeah.
Kelly does crafting and collectibles and has only recently been adding books, DVDs.
Thanks for the compliments on the bracelets. I thought they were cool.
Valerie has sold clothes, Christmas bags, home decor, and a few kitchen pieces. That's nice. Looks like what Cleopatra. Did I already read that one? Probably. And your cost of goods. Karen.
What?
Your cost of goods.
On those bracelets?
Yeah.
$12.99.
So it'll still be like a $40 profit each. Low end. Low, you might get more.
Yeah, I didn't blink an eyelash when I saw the price. And they are J. Crew. They are signed J. Crew.
Valerie says, I need that RAM.
Yeah. They are J. Crew. I just thought they were spectacular.
Those are wonderful.
Yeah.
You remember the panther? Did you buy that from me?
Yeah.
Yes. You remember the panther that bit the other side. And you were like, oh, I got to have it.
Yeah, that's the black. Yeah, the black.
Mine.
I still have it. It's mine. It's mine.
But those animal pieces, I talk about that on my What Sold all the time. Jewelry that has animal pieces does do really well.
They like it. Yeah, they do like that. And you know what else? I have pretty good heraldic, like crests and stuff.
Let me make you big again. Oh, that's nice.
This one is signed, and it's signed Raffine, Raffine, or Raffine. I don't know. I've never had a piece signed that before. So I don't know. I thought this was spectacular too. I got some spectacular stuff down there.
Spectacular. Raffine, heraldry. Is that a brooch? Brooch.
Yeah, it's a brooch. That's a brooch.
I'm seeing like 25, 40.
Yeah.
12. That person's probably a turd. That one will still do pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up for about 25 and take offers.
Oh, there's a turtle. Oh my goodness, he's cute. You
know what? Yeah, our Goodwill that we go to, they do not.
Look at him.
Oh, he's cute. They don't have jewelry at the one we go to either.
They don't.
Mm-mm.
They don't. I never really. We'll be going on Sunday, folks.
Yeah.
Karen and I and our friend Kelly. And so a week from tomorrow.
Check this one out. I got a cameo ring.
Oh, nice.
It's an abalone cameo with marcasites in sterling. In sterling. That was neat too.
I love cameos. So yeah, we're going Sunday. So I'm going to do a thing. And I'm going to look at the hard goods again. Because you remember last month I came home with a Ninja Turtle van and a nativity set.
Yeah, I go straight for the hard goods 9 times out of 10.
I go straight for the plus size blouses, the swimsuits, the bras, the pajamas. So I had a question I pulled up. I was gonna ask it when there was gonna be a big group of us on here tonight. But you know what? It's fine for just you and me. If we woke up tomorrow morning and reselling was illegal, what the heck would you do with your death pile?
Barter. I would barter.
Would that not technically still be reselling?
You're not taking money for it. You're exchanging goods and services.
That's a valid point.
There's no money exchange. It would be barter.
What
would you do? What would you do?
After I got done crying, because this is the only job I can really do with my back, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea, barter. I was going to say I would try to donate it to places that have charities for domestic violence and children and things like that.
You could do that, but I would try to barter it. I mean, some of it would be donated, but
well, like you said, you just cleaned out your husband's closet, so you could probably get someone to come mow your lawn for 10 shirts or something.
I mean, that's the way they used to do a lot of stuff. Think about it. In the olden days, they bartered.
Yeah, like I'm tired of doing the spring cleaning on my house. You see all these pigs? You can have all these pigs. If you come clean my house.
Yeah. Bartering or donating, yeah.
I'd find someone with chickens and be like, what do you want? You want some jewelry? I need some eggs. Let's trade.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Or clothes. I mean, if you had somebody with like kids' clothes and stuff, kids grow out of clothes so fast. And it's like, you had kid clothes. It's like, hey, I'll trade you kid clothes for whatever.
Well, I have a lot of comic books and stuff like DVDs, and there's those used bookstores that also deal in comic books and DVDs. I could just give them everything and take credit and get myself a bunch of books.
Burning Man style.
Good stuff.
Did you ever get cash like that half price books? Do you go up there? Is that where you take your stuff?
I've only been in there one time and I was highly not impressed. So I never went back. Usually I do paperbackswap.com.
Okay.
And so that website, you list all the books that you have that you're willing to give away. And when someone chooses your book, you mail it to them and you pay for the media mail label, but you get a credit and then you get to pick a book and that person mails it to you. So basically you mail the book, you pay for the label, and then you pick a book. So you're paying $3 or whatever media mail is for a book of your choice.
I've had some people take it to half price books and they hardly got anything for them.
Well, like I said, I was not. So where I used to live on the other side of Pennsylvania and down in Florida and in Arizona too, I had always found these hole in the wall used bookstores that would have books from floor to ceiling, and you would go down these dark aisles and there'd be books everywhere, and there'd be like vintage horror novels and all this really cool stuff. And I go in there and it looks like a Barnes and Noble. There's no used books stacked everywhere or mysterious dark corner. It's bright and clean, and 90% of their inventory was brand new books with the same prices as Barnes and Noble.
Interesting.
I like those old, you go in there and they've got books everywhere and they're just, you can tell they're used, and I like those kind. It's like I can't even find a place to get. I like the vintage horror novels. It's like this whole thing because there was like a big surgence of them, and back then they used to have like really great artwork. Let me show you this one thing if I can get to it. So I bought this book that talks all about the twisted history of 70s and 80s horror fiction. And this is when I lived in Florida. And so I found that bookstore, and I was trying to collect a lot of these, but these are like the covers they used to do back then.
Oh, neat.
And there were a lot of authors. I mean, hundreds of thousands of books came out every day. But horror and gothic books really had their surgence in the 70s and 80s. And so this is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. You know?
Yeah.
And I can't find that here. I can't find it anywhere in Pittsburgh. It's sad.
You know what? I want to say Squirrel Hill might have had something, but I don't go out there.
Me neither.
Yeah.
This is a really cool book. I like his books too. He writes horror novels. He writes comedy horror. He's funny. But yeah, like just these vintage, like I remember from my mom having, you know?
Yeah.
But I can find that stuff on that paperbackswap.com. And if they don't have it, you just put that you want it. And the minute somebody lists it, you're notified. Yes. The ones with all the little room, like romance had a room, horror, thriller had a room, Christian had a room, nonfiction had a room. But you would go down these long aisles and it'd be like kind of like dark. And they'd have them piled on the floor and just all over the place. And you could find vintage books there. But anyway, you get me talking about books. I get very passionate and I talk too much. I'm sorry. I love my books. So I go on the paperback swap and I find, you look up by the ISBN or the title, and then you can look through all of the covers. So you can see, like Stephen King's The Shining has had 12 covers, and you pick which one you're most interested in. And if they don't have it, they'll notify when they get it. And you can use your credits. If you, like I said, you send books out, you'll have credits. Or if you don't have credits, they'll sell it to you at like half or a fourth of the cover price.
Interesting.
So that's a very good site if you're a reader and you like books and stuff. Paperbackswap.com. I love that site. So, funny story, real quick, anecdotal tale. When I used to go thrifting with Yaya, my friend Cheryl down in Florida, I would hit the bookshelves. And at first she thought I was always hitting the bookshelves and thrifting to resell. I was getting books to trade in on paperbackswap.com because I'm trying to, I had a bunch of books in storage. Like I said, I had a lot of my mom's vintage horror novels with like these covers and her original V.C. Andrews step back covers and a lot of the first edition Stephen King's in the storage unit. And they had a leak in the roof and all my books got wet and moldy.
Oh.
And I lost thousands of books. I mean, it was just thousands of books. And I got like a nice payout or whatever, but I still have to replace all of those books. And some of them are very hard to find. And so that's my journey now, is replacing all those vintage horrors that were my mom's, the V.C. Andrews and the Stephen King. This is my journey in life, guys. So
we really covered a gamut of things today, didn't we?
We really did. Does anybody have any more questions? I mean, we've only been on for an hour. Stay a couple more minutes if anybody wants to. Okay, Karen. If your inventory could talk, which item would be the most upset about you and have the most to talk about you for ignoring it for the longest?
Which I have some very high-end jewelry that I procrastinated on because it's like you just can't find it. And I do have some money tied up because that's the stuff that you just don't, you have to pay up a little bit for it. It would be a piece of high-end jewelry saying, you know what, get me listed, at least let people look at me.
I think mine would just be my I don't want to. piles, and we all have the I don't want us. These are the things that you look at, put back down. You move it from this side of the room to the other side of the room, and you just keep moving it around. And eventually it has friends, and then there's a whole pile. It's the I don't want us. The I don't want to piles. And I do. I just keep moving them around the room as if that's doing anything. Like,
Makes you feel better, though.
it does make you feel better.
Feel
But I
better.
reorganize it. I'll put it in a box to keep it all together. I'll move the box. Then I take it out of the box and spread it out like I'm going to work on it. And then I move it over here. And I just never. And so my I don't want is would have some things to say about me. For sure. Yeah, his books always sell really well. I'm seeking out first edition hardcovers to replace what I lost. I sold a Stephen King book last night on my Whatnot show. Dr. Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. But yeah, I don't, and I get mad at myself sometimes because I'm like, I like to have a nice clean office. And when I'm just moving stuff from, and this is advice I tell people, don't just move stuff around. Either deal with it or get rid of it, right? But not me. I like to move it, look at it, put it in a box, take it out of the box.
Look at it again, say, oh, I'm going to list this, but not right now.
Yeah. And I do have a habit of going for the easiest stuff first, like shirts and jewelry. If it seems like it's going to be a hassle, I'm like, yeah, it's future star's problem. All right. Does anybody have any more questions, comments, concerns? Before we let you go, it's going to be a shorter show this week. Next week is another, I think it's another Temp and Main takeover. So you will see Kelly, Nanette, and Valerie, and me. I don't have a lot of big stuff. I have like plush is my biggest stuff, which is why I'm trying to clearance it out. Karen, do you have a lot of big stuff?
I do have glassware, and I consider that my bigger stuff. And I pretty much I either list the glassware right away or I procrastinate a little bit on it. So that's my biggest stuff.
My biggest stuff right now is this. Them pigs. They're driving me crazy. I'm putting out a video tomorrow of a haul video. I got these pigs from Keith's aunt's estate. His grandparents gave them all to me and told me to sell them and we would split the profits. So I sold a bunch on Whatnot. I did a whole bunch of shows. And now I still have them. So I'm just going to start listing them. And now they don't want money. So I'm going to have to take it in the house and hide it or something. You know how parents are. They don't want your money. They never take it.
Kelly, we see you Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday for Goodwill and Aldi's. I need some Pico. All right. I guess we're going to wrap it up, Karen, by you telling everybody. You've been on here so much. You've already told everybody your best piece of advice. Tell us something good that has happened to you this week.
The thing with me selling those swimsuits. That was the highlight of my week. That was definitely the highlight of my week. I was so overwrought with joy when she told me to do that. I went there. It was painless. I sold them. I had a tote full. The tote's empty, and I have something else in the tote now. So I was thrilled. That was the highlight of my week so far.
The highlight of your week was selling your stuff at Consignment Chat. So thank you, Jenny.
Jenny helped me so much.
And I didn't even know we had one of those around here. So now I know. That's good too.
Yeah.
The highlight of my week was that I sold that scarf last night for $50 on Etsy.
Nice.
And I actually was forgetting about. I only move like 5 things a day to Etsy because you can only move vintage and crafting and stuff. So I don't want to like move all 10 or 15 I list on eBay every day because I'm afraid I'll run out. If I only do 5, I always have stuff to list. And these scarves have been, they've been a thing. Let's just say they're one of the I don't want to piles that I finally got photographed like a month. I worked on a Saturday and I finally got them all photographed. And then I got them on eBay and then I just wasn't thinking. And then yesterday morning, I said, you know what? These scarves are vintage. Let's start moving these. So I moved the first batch of 5 and 1 sold last night for $50.
Nice.
That's what I get for procrastinating and moving.
Isn't that always the case though? You hold it. And I had that with some perfume. I've had it forever. And I listed it. And perfume's really easy to list. It's brand new and it like sold the next day for like $60. So
yeah, I just didn't want to deal with photographing them, but I did it. Now I've sold one and I have a Chanel one listed for over $200. That one's probably going to take a little bit longer. So, oh, and the $50 one went overseas. So yeah, like most of my big expensive sales on Etsy are always overseas. And the plushies too. All right. Well, let me show you where you can find Karen. This is her link tree. And this is 10th and Main. Tomorrow night, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Karen and I and our friends, Kelly, I think Valerie, Jenny, I'm not sure if Nanette will be back, but a bunch of us will be on that YouTube channel, 10th and Main, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be working. Some of us will be taking photos. Some of us will be listing. Some of us can show you our hauls from the week. And you can be in the chat and talk to us and ask reselling questions and hang out with us and bring your work and work as well. And hey, if you want to come on camera, we can bring you in and bring you on camera too. And you can do like a little work hangout party with us. We had a whole bunch of people show up last week and it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun last week.
Yeah, we had a pretty good chat, like 6 people in there and everybody was talking and working. It was so much fun. Yeah. And Karen and I went to lunch last Saturday and that's like our big part of our conversation wasn't last night so much fun?
That was like the first, it was just that everybody was just talking and that was really neat.
Hi. So yeah, show up and hang out with us. It's kind of like a listing party, but I'm not ripping off listing party, I promise. Trish told me to go for it and do what I need to do. So, well, thank you for finding my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. I have a lot of really good videos that come out all week on hauls, what solds, tutorials, motivation, all the things. And I'm here every Tuesday live. Nope, Thursdays with friends answering questions. And then you can find me on the Fridays answering questions, but I'll be working. So you get to see the behind the scenes of how all of us work and how we do things.
It was fun. Come tomorrow.
Yeah, come because it was so much fun that the next day lunch, that's all we can talk about.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Welcome in, Salt Seed. Make sure you subscribe. Everybody, did you hit the like button? Let me double check what y'all are doing tonight. All right, we had 10 people in here at one time, 13 right now, and I've got 5 likes. So 8 of y'all are slacking. You need to hit the like and the subscribe button. Feed my hippos. Yes, I am a reseller. This is a reseller channel. So go ahead and subscribe, dig through the videos that are there and come back next Thursday for a panel. I guess that's everything.
Okay. All right, guys. Nice seeing you. Come by tomorrow.
Yep. Hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow. And I will be on Whatnot tomorrow at 3 p.m. if anybody wants to come and say hi there. And we will see you in the next one.
Okay.
Have a wonderful weekend and find your work-life balance. It's important. Bye.
Bye.